That is how you spell that, correct? Yes, that
I
is.
believe
Good.
so.
All right. Well, I'll try one last time to find you in the stream manager. Delenn underscore. Oh, there we go. It says,
Skippy,
yeah,
Skippy.
yeah, I'm seeing you. It's saying you don't have a game selected though.
Oh, you know what? That stuff is completely wrong at the moment. That would probably explain a lot. Stream info. Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, let's just go ahead and start the raid up. All right. All right. Well, yeah. Again, I want to thank everybody for hanging out in my stream. I'll figure out something to put in. I'll figure out what Creef put in the box for his stream. Towards the end of your stream, Dell, I'll put in your item to the Bedrock box. And
Perfect.
then I will hand the box off to Stormy. But right now, I'm handing the raid off to you, and I am having trouble trying to figure out what to say and in what order. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stream and raid. All right. There's the raid message. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place today. All right. Later.
Alrighty. So
Oh
let's hope
man.
that things can go well. I have yet to have a stream that does not have a tech issue of some sort. So yeah, that's just how things go today. All right. So welcome
All
on in,
right. Raid is
everybody.
sent.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Skippy, Skippy, I have a rating coming. That's what all that fireworks happiness is about.
Yay!
Yay! It works. It works. Alrighty.
Hello.
So, hello. We're going to get a lot of noise at this end. I'm Delenn Russell, and I'm very pleased to receive the raid handoff, or raid train, as some people say, from Peregrine. And you will find that we are on the Deck, our 73rd Patreon server. And hopefully all goes well. Ooh, that is pretty. Okay, good. Somebody saw it. You ready to do commentary, Mr. Owl? Oh, I'm in real trouble, aren't
I'm
I?
gonna hop out of VC before Mr. Owl comes to find me. I'll see you later.
Sounds like a plan.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Hello.
So, hello. There'll be a lot of hellos and so on and so forth. So, got a couple of little things. This week I have been attempting to find some netherites, or pardon me, ancient debris. Hello. Bunch of ancient debris in the nether, so that's why I'm sitting in a hole in the nether. Just I have not played since late last night. I was going to right here. Just wander while I talk. I was going to actually exit the nether last night. That was the plan. But as people are well aware who've poked their nose into the Dadcraft Discord, we had ourselves a movie night last night. And when we have a movie night, oh, is this my stereo out? Nope. Oh, great. I hate it when I do that. I might get myself lost. Fantastic. All right. Let's see if I can keep myself lost. Well, I guess the first part of the stream is going to start with getting out of the nether. That was not part of the plan. Because I thought I had given myself... Nope, not that. Not that. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll start with Lost in the Nether Part 1. Okay, so it looks like at some point I was planning to climb out of there.
You're still on your starting soon screen.
Oh, yes, sorry. Thank you very much for that heads up. There, now you can all see that I'm lost in the nether. All right. So normally I try to get out here. I've made a lovely little staircase way of getting out. However, I'm on the wrong level and got myself sort of directionally challenged here. So I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. Let's try. Oh, I went that way too long. First, we're going to spend time getting de-lost. That was not originally part of the plan. But hey, it's not the first time I've started a stream lost in the nether. Alrighty. In case a couple of blah, blah, blah. I've had 1 cup of coffee, so I should have been awake by now. Does not mean I actually am. Okay, so that's not the way I want to go. I know that. Go this way a little bit. Oops. Yep, I went the wrong way. That says I'm on the wrong level. Belen is laughing at herself, but that's okay. Life goes that way. Jinx! No better group of people we lost the Nether with. Well, I'm not sure whether that's accurate. I really enjoy you guys. You guys are fantastic. But some days when I feel like a bit of a doofus because I'm lost somewhere, then it reminds me of the literal interpretation of the lyrics of a Crash Test Dummy song, "The Ghosts That Haunt Me." I ended up back where I started because there we go. Let's just go through the wall. Up in here. Why does that not connect? That's a bit odd. Okay, fine. That really doesn't connect. That's even more odd.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. Lurk, good idea. Nothing wrong with that, Arch. Lurks are always welcome. Oops. Made yourself jump already. Okay, so this is when I was going, quote unquote, the wrong way again. Alrighty, so, oh, that was the one I started and didn't go anywhere with. Okay, where did you?
Hello.
Good to see you could make it, Yellow. So I had more viewers than I could expect, usually. I just went that way. But we're starting out completely lost in the Nether. That was not the intent, as you have no doubt figured out by now. I figure out where I had gone up or down to get here, because I know that the one I just passed is a hallway to nowhere. Another hallway to nowhere.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there. Yes, try to take over the world. Exactly. That's exactly it. Except I'm not. Yeah. I'm not as smart as Pinky. Not today, anyway. Okay. When all else fails, go up. Let's just find a spot and go up. I'm sure that at some point I'll figure out why I didn't go up here. Pretty soon, I suspect. Okay, so let's get in the wall and go up. I'll probably find my lava, as you know, that's the way I roll, right? Oop, one more. There we go. Well, that was a little easier than I expected. Here, give me a sec. I will find myself back down here pretty soon, so I think I'm just going to put a torch on this wall. Oops, wrong wall. On that wall. There we go. All right, let's get ourselves out of here. Because I was not meant to be here to begin with. So the plan, yeah, this is actually the stupid way to get down there, but I've used this route once before, so
Hello.
I'll take the spinny route out. Hello, hello, hello. Glad to see you're able to be here. Can't take over the world from the Nether. No, that's true. You could take over the Nether from the Nether, but you can't take overworld the world from. Yeah, never mind. That joke died. Oh, hush. Hush, hush, hush. So anyway, the plan for today, so was not to get stuck in the Nether, as you can plainly see. The alternate plan for today, let's make sure you just don't walk off the edge here. This is a rather janky staircase I built. Last time I got stuck in the Nether. New quote of the day. Good idea. The quote of the day to start with is: if you had a giraffe that you needed to hide, where would you hide it? Yes, that's as weird as it sounds. No, it's not a question directly aimed at Kreef, although it does appear to function that way. There we go. This way. Okay. Am I on the right level? No, I'm on the wrong level. This way. Okay, so if I'm going that way, this there. We're out. Yay! We are out. Fantastic. Because this goes to the roof. So we may come back here, not for netherite mining though. Okay. This is why I had the other one for dynamites and Ross turned on. Because I'm going for a jog. But where is... Am I on the roof again? No. Why isn't this on the level with me? There we go. Roof, roof, roof. Perfect. Oh. I'm getting varnish, sawdust, and spray paint. That's interesting. Never expected that one. By the way, in case you get from being a little caught off guard from time to time about some of the weird noises, it bleeps and blops and whatever sounds you're getting, or I'm getting, and you may or may not be getting in the background, I'm somewhat unintentionally, wrong way, somewhat unintentionally playing around with Frankerface, just to see what it was like. And yeah, I'm not regretting it per se, but it is a bit weird. All right. Now, as convenient as this would be, I have not bothered. I keep saying going to, but I've not bothered to help by finishing off that railroad track. That's on my to-do list, just because I keep going down that hole an awful lot. But if I head towards Dynamites and Ross, then I can just cheat and take their train. Okay, before I got distracted, again, as always, today's plan, as many of you are aware, is learn to fly. Now, I know that sounds really bizarre. Murphy's Law. All right, but today's plan is to learn to fly, like as in I have never in my life flown. Therefore, that's today's goal. That sounds weird. It's not just like I have never flown in this world, but I have actually never flown in Minecraft. Aside from gliders in modded, which of course means you can't be playing with rockets, or creative flight, I've never actually used a pair of elytra. So yeah. If you ever went to hide it, I'd call Kreef too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But no, I mean, well, honestly, if I had somewhere to put it, I think another cool place to put it would probably be somewhere ridiculous, like some sort of waxworks display in a museum, and call it like audio animatronics or something. Well, I'm really glad that you have such faith, Mr. Owl. I did not actually get the chance to see that particular stream that everyone's referencing. I sort of wish I had, because that would have been a right royal hoot. It would either have been a hoot or it would have been infuriating, so take your pick. Okay, so stream item box, just for look. Nope, that's May. There's June. I have to recolor all the boxes in the back, so you can get that for now. July, us. Okay, got 3 pieces. I think that, because I can't pronounce that, obviously it's Kreef's. And then we will have something else to go there. And I don't know if we're missing 2 or missing 1. My brain is not listening right now. But we have stuff to do. Okay, so I need to get home to pick up my stuff. It could be both. Yeah, probably. There we go. That's and Peregrine. Yeah, I didn't see anything remotely motorcycle shop related. And Peregrine said he put in something about a tunnel. So if I don't happen to know what those items are by the time I go to put mine in the box, then I'll make sure it happens right after, as soon as I can pick it up or pick up the list of what it is, etc. You guys may notice my voice going in and out a bit today. I don't know why, but I just started doing that this morning. Schrodinger's stream, it may or may not. That's the majority of the stream, except usually it's around quality. Will it be quality or not? Okay, let's pull this out. Now I'm going back to the overworld simply because I don't really want to fly in the proper nether. I am not really versed with what's going on in here to try it, and besides, at the moment I don't have rockets. I own the materials to make rockets, so we're just going to do it that way. Bats is a piston named Dealership Interior. Okay, I'm just going to write that down. Bats. Oh, whoops. Very interesting screen, but you guys don't want to see that 30,000 times. There, let's try that. Dealership Interior. Your piston. Excellent. And yours, amethyst block name. Right. All right, Dadcraft Java server peeps, you know what to do. Otherwise, it'll be paper. Peregrine. What's it called again? Diggy. I can't even read my own writing today. Wow. Okay, where I was going with that comment earlier was that I can spell. There we go. Amethyst block. There we go. I was going with that as my voice looking in and out today. I don't really know why, because I've been fighting a bit of a cold, but it hasn't bothered me at all until like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock this morning. And I don't mean like just past midnight. I mean like today. You had other options. I get the diggy hole reference. I'm sure there's a reference that makes sense in the amethyst sense. Or, yeah. Okay, let's put that one over there. All right, so first thing, we're going to need a ton. Oh, just a bit of sugarcane, so we're good. Put away the extras. Because, yeah, I'm just going to want that. Oh, heads up, Zerk. The shulker for rockets in my world is going to be orange. Just thought you ought to know. Which I had prepared, and then I promptly put somewhere that I can't remember. Let's just make a whole ton of paper and figure it out in a minute. Oh, right, yes. Up to about 10 minutes before, well, not even, 5 minutes before stream started, or before I should have showed up in the Discord, I was actually trying to troubleshoot on my streamer bot some C# code that turns out it may or may not, another one of those Schrodinger things, actually be implemented in the streamer bot that I'm using. So it means that I may not actually be able to do what I was trying to do. So in short, for those of you that want to see what the commands are, feel free to hit !command. However, my suggestion is to wait a couple minutes before you do it. I don't want the mods to do it at the moment, and the reason for that is they've got other ways of seeing some of the critical commands. And but the way the bot is currently sitting is that it spits the result back to chat, in which case you'd have a whole screen full of spam. If it was mods, like I kid you not, I actually had to scroll to get through it. Thanks, Joe, for hosting the stream. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, so the commands thing is there. It's just that it spits it out. That's part of why I can't run the command on your behalf. Nice try. This one. Do it again. How much do I have with me? Oops, that's not what I want. Don't want more paper. I want more gunpowder. We're not going to spend all stream doing this. I do promise that. This is not another Ender stream for those of you in the know. Thursday was rough. Thursday I spent far too much time for my own taste in the Ender. Yeah, so after spending excess quantity of time in the Ender, My goal is to not do that sort of craziness this time around. Rockets. All the duration 3. Perfect. But I need myself chest or shulker box. I'll start out purple for now, but at some point we'll make it green. Green? I can't even talk today. Orange pumpkins. Excellent. I'm going to make some of each. Stormy, I'm actually going to do duration 3 on the top row, duration 2 on the middle row, and duration 1 on the bottom, just because it gives me opportunities to practice with each of the various ones. I kind of wish they'd color differently or have some sort of little logo differently so you don't always have to mouse over, but they don't. So, you know, that's life. Because, yeah, I understand that they can kill you pretty quick. I did get warned about that, but also that, I can remember straight. Never mind, it's not. The thought isn't there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, wrong box. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then the 2s. Again. Some of those were duration 1. Excellent. Good to know. Oh, yes, you're right. That would make plenty of sense. Okay, so let's go 2, 1. I'm sure there'd be 3 sets of each. 2, 1. Good catch. How do you love a couple where one person is extremely helpful, the other one, well, you know. Very carefully. That's my answer to that. Very, very carefully. All right. So I need one more set of duration 3s. This and that. That should be the wrong one. Be the top row. 1, 2, and 3. How much? 3 more 2s. Perfect. And there should be 6 more 1s. This way. Batch. 2 batches. 5. I'm going to keep those on me to start with. And let's put this over here in the temporary project box. You can see a little bit from the project box, I was working on the carpet not that long ago, but decided I needed to be far less squishy, which on that note, I guess, yes, it's nighttime. Sure, why not? Don't care. I should probably put these in the smelter thingy-majiggy. There we go. Wow, used up a lot of that quickly. That's fine. So the overarching plan is first I'm going to learn to fly. Then we're going to spend a little bit of time. You guys have asked a couple of times on stream to go and check out, if I can remember correctly, to go and check out the carpet art, maybe actually do a little tiny bit of it now that I've sort of got a plan and system and how it's going. So we'll do a bit of that. No, I'm going to need a lot more food. Chicken will do for now because I have more chicken, but I know what to do with. Okay, rocket box. Put you over there. But no, I want my padding. Ooh. Did we run? I did something dumb. Haha. Of course I did something dumb. How many people were actually waving at the screen or going, she's going to notice eventually? That might help. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to put a bit more safety gear on just because I can, I suppose, or it might be a smart idea not to bonk my head. Ooh, actually, let's take this one off. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Well, I've got a new sound that I'm just going to show you guys real quick, couple of them. So we've got 2 options, and I'm looking for, there's this one I think is probably going to happen.
No, you fouled.
Uh-oh, that didn't actually come up for anybody but me. Properties. Why am I not hearing it? You heard it? Okay. Good, good. So that's one of them. But if things actually work out, then we're going to get this one.
I'm flying. I'm flying.
So yeah, I don't have those on speed buttons at the moment yet. I actually had to do a redeem. So we're there. We're getting slow, but we're getting there eventually. What's this? 8. Good enough for now. Gold. That's my smart stuff box. Wait to woo. You heard it? Excellent. Yep, I followed. All right, so we got netherite ingot this way. And I need some more of those. 2. The cost of this. Hello. Not yet. Not yet. We're making the shin guards. Right? I don't need any more gold, so let's not lose that. 1, 2, 3. Put the hat away. Nope, not there. That goes in this box. Put it there for now. So yeah, if you take a look at my hotbar, Benson, you'll be able to see I have, or sorry, Wolfen, my apologies, to both of you. You will see that I have Duration 1 rockets. Not a whole ton of good food, but I've got some cooked chicken to start with, so good place to start. Did I just put 3? 3. Okay, excellent. Where's the orange dye? Just while I think about it. I really still should, now that she's got access to Java, I really should just hire Joe to come over and fix my storage. I'm one of them. Them peoples. Okay. I have, yeah, I don't have an orange box that lives in here, so it's that over there. I think that's good. Oh, I can probably drop off this one and that one. They're full. This one and that one. Squirrel! Is that full? No, those are empty. Okay, perfect. So, netherite boxes. Where did I put you? Thing is, I have the ability. She has the power, but she never labels anything. There we go. That. One. Soon. Yes, soon TM. Go, Mr. L, go. Is Mr. L short on points, or did he try and become first again to leave himself with 499? I love that. There's a gotcha in everything, sir. Let's put my junk picks away. Toolbox. Do I care? That one away. That one away. Oh, leave it. Okay. I've got no idea what she's doing, but that's all right. Oh, come on, bot. Seriously? Let's just double check to make sure I did not stop that one. Hill. Are you serious? That would explain a lot. Okay. see. Really, really quite odd. And still, Nanopoint games could exist. Weird. Okay, yeah. Don't know why that's being a pill, but it is. So let's see if I can. This one. I have a suspicion. Yep. So it looks like I actually might be having a problem with the WebSockets. But that's okay. Takes a minute, and then let's try it again. All right. Commands. Start fight. Okay, well, rather than spending a whole ton of time on that, know why games, why would that would be turned off? Huh. I am very, very confused now. That's normal. In any case, never! We will figure out. No. Whoops. Okay, I'm not gonna ask. I just confused myself and restarted stuff. Okay, this way, that way, this way. Let's just fly. Advancement hot stuff for CJ. Yay, CJ bot. All right. We have rockets, we have padding to glue on, and then we will just go for it. The king shall reign, indeed. Indeed. If I can figure out why it didn't do it, I will tell you as soon as I know. But are we surprised? Probably not. What would a stream weekend be without Delenn having an issue with the stream? This is for after. I can just generically use that. Oh, yeah, whatever. All right. Tuning again tomorrow to see if the king loses his throne. Wow. Wow. Now the next question is, where did she put them? There they are. So special thank you and shout out to Iron Man Hockey, because I now have a pair of wings called Red Bull, because Red Bull gives me wings. Yes. Which we hope. We'll just see. Put that away. That one away. Actually, I'll leave that on my person. One other piece. Yes. Yes. Fantastic Truck Fox will be able to do that. I've just unfortunately got myself tangled on that particular browser screen. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, and I don't want this direction. I want chicken cooker. As you can see, I have plenty of those feathers to replace it. Oops. If I lose that one, but I'm not going to take spares with me. I don't think I need to. Wrong room. God, I don't have an anvil in here anymore. I'm going to need to sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Just because I can. There we go. Just kidding. Need those ones instead. I should have music. Yes, I should. Do I today? Probably not. Let's just see. So let's go with this. There's a lot that doesn't want to cooperate today. Oh no, let me know if you guys are hearing it. Do not have Flight of the Valkyries. No, that would be death time. Okay. Can you hear it now? Yeah. That was one that I just forgot to turn on. All right. Okay, so we're in the middle of nowhere. Ish. And I'm missing something. Right? And no, I will not be intentionally flying an F5 to start with, but okay, so let's go like this. And 3. I don't even need a count in. Off to the sky? Oh. Hello? Oh, this is like one of those clicky pens, right? Ooh. Okay. Ow. Flat. Nope. There's tricks to it. And I was discussing in Joe's stream last night, I was going to have to look it up. And I haven't the foggiest. What I did wrong. Okay, let's try F5 mode anyways. Right, jumps. Okay, and we go like this. Okay. We go... Wow. Well, there's the art from Upside Down. And... Oops. That's not what I wanted. Uh-oh. Apparently I can fly. Need practice. But I can fly. Sort of. Oh. Now, next question. Can she land? Still getting nauseous? Whoa! Huzzah! Yay! I know this sounds silly, but being as I've never flown before, I am quite proud of myself. So we'll probably, over the course of the stream, see me crash into things, but that was... Okay, so we've got duration 1. Let's see if we can... Do I have an ender chest out here? 5. No, not that way. This way. F5, not slot 5. I do have an ender chest. So let's go get the next duration. And try and crash. You sound like a really awesome mom. I think that's cool. Crazy, but cool. Okay, so let's go try crashing with a 2. You know, baby steps and all of that. And I would confuse them all if I put all 3 sets in at once. See if I can crash with the box. Actually, no, it's probably not a smart idea. Just not for now. Put that in there. It's kind of like for fun. If I do, is there a prediction up yet about if or when? Ooh, that's simple? Really? People tell me it's harder to fly in Bedrock. At some point, there shall be a death in Bedrock. So this craziness, sort of, back here. Whoa. Yeah, I forgot you can't land on a cloud. Duh. And... Oh! Hey, I got the landing part. People aren't going to believe me I didn't know how to fly. Let's see. Okay, can I... If I can land on the platform below. Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe. Whoa, whoops. That again. Around for another landing. Ow. Nope. Apparently not. That one was definitely... I failed. Okay, well, let's go up the elevator. Cheaty. And I swim. A lot of days I think no. Okay, so that's the system. Tomorrow's plan, or at least, or maybe later this stream, will be to not fall off platforms.
I
yes.
Lied? No, you
No,
failed.
I falled. Okay, let's get out of here because you can't. Let's see. Pretty sure I can't take off from in the water, so I'm not going to try that one. It's the feather. Maybe. Here, let's try this. Yep, that's it. Me and Dumbo. Let's come around for a longer pass. Okay, so that is finally the mob farm. I had to have Max Money come and fix it. Sorry for not landing. Falling with style. So yeah, that's the farm. Oh, ow. Where am I now? Oh, ooh. Okay. And wait, maybe? Carpet. There you go. There's the trick. So long story made short, I had Max Money come and fix it for me because I had it so that it was actually reversed and all the all the levels in the mob farm were actually, when the farm was turned off, it meant technically it was on in that the mobs were spawning. Whereas this way, he's helped me get it all reversed. I know if I can fly into that, I know that I can take a redstone torch and reverse the flows easily.
Hello?
But at the time, I couldn't fly. Hello, Momcrafter. Welcome aboard. Will Dell die during her learning phase? Love it. Yeah, I gotta see what this really says. Will die. Yeah, Dell learning to fly. Yep, sure she will. Nope, she's got this. Oh, I appreciate the sentiment. All right. So, truthfully, I have no idea what's around near me. I've never seen it before. So let's see if I can try some of my newfound flying skill to... Oh, might help if I actually fire a rocket. Funny part is, I keep forgetting that where you look is where you're going to see things, right? I have absolutely zero idea what's around me. Oh. Okay, yeah, I don't even believe I've never flown before. This is weird. Oh, that's me. Okay. I think I left that out there? Let's see, what do we have? I have not been much of anywhere. Actually, wrong one. Or this one. Farther out. I've not been much of anywhere. Not quite sure what that is or why. Ooh. Ooh, I might have to fly over there. Just because. On spec. So... because I haven't been over there, and some of this is actually possibly inaccurate because I don't know when the last time was a reset. This thing, I'm pretty sure I've not been to these people's bases, so this is probably a mishmash of this season's and last season's maps. Just that's what happens when you're dumb and don't forget or don't remember to empty your maps before you start a new season. You want? Oh well. Although Zerkin vouched that Dell didn't fly very well when she took the feather out of her hand. So yeah. Oh, whoops. Don't want to land in the lava. So there's the... I know that village. It's abandoned at the moment. Ow. Because that's where I did a lot of dying. Okay. I'm amused by this whole flight thing. I know it's probably not exciting for you guys. Whoops. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought I didn't have my wings out. And thus far, I've yet to go splat on the ground, though I'm sure it will probably happen. There's jungle. Okay, where are we headed? Going to east, right? East. Well, that's not good. Getting late. Okay. And I'm probably going through rockets like no tomorrow. because it's something that keeps me up in the air. Tail. Yeah, it's something in common with Mr. Owl, which is kind of frightening. So he and I are somewhat on the same page. Uh-oh. Good. I'm not sick yet. By the way, this is going to sound dumb, but I did take my meds, pursuant to conversation in Carnage. Okay. Pursuant to a conversation in Carnage Joe's stream, we were talking about the fact that I planned today ahead a little bit. I had been fighting a bit of a sinus cold and stuff, which had the ears and everything stuffed up, so I've planned the shoot. Well, that'll be even better. Sarcasm intended. But I planned the day so that I had decongestant meds early on and long run anti-nauseant meds. Oh, somebody's village breeder. Okay. Rockin'. I can only assume I know what that is. Alright. So therefore, I hopefully shouldn't get motion sick. Knock on wood, which around here is not much. Some of you may have noticed in chat that I've started something new. Aha! There we go. Where I've got a community challenge up. I've been doing Lego breaks in my streams, about 5 minutes a piece, usually when the server restarts, plus the odd whenever somebody manages to... Oh, that's east. That's what I want. Let's keep going east, sure. Plus when somebody manages to redeem one. The heck? Crash on purpose. Oh, okay. I'm just idly curious. Can I? Nope. That was highly stupid. Yeah, that was super high on the stupid scale. Well, shall I swim? Let's go. I'm not jumping. So in any case, the stream challenge is if I make that number of points within the next month, then I will do an on-stream build of a mid-sized where am I here? A mid-sized build of Lego end to end. So rather than doing it at 5 minutes a pop or thereabouts during stream reboots and such, this one will actually be a full end-to-end build of a Hogwarts themed set. It will either be the magic trunk chest, or it would be... Hello? Come on. Ow. There we go. Or it will be the Hogwarts Hospital wing end-to-end. Now, I know that... Uh-oh, that's dumb. Well, let's go... Ow. Land on a tree. Okay. Yes. So it'll either be those two things. Now, Marble Jade has been doing a lot of the... What do we call it? Stream. The hospital build in her streams. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I flied?
No, you followed.
Yep. Okay, well. No, I can't. I couldn't even build you a real-life Fort Anglia out of that, in spite of the Harry Potter fandom. Okay, what did I bring? Over here, steal this. This will get me up there. Huh. Levels of silly. Okay. How to be silly like Delenn 101. Push yourself off a tree with a shulker. I've never done that before. Serves me right. There we go. Now let's not leave this stuff behind. You fall, just don't die. Yeah. If I do if I do something dumb like that, then I kind of deserve it. I don't want to like fall in lava and die, but yeah, lots of Crisplat. I don't need these anymore. Good thing I had my shin pads on. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so I've got longer duration rockets, but there's a good chance I could kill myself, says Stormy. At least I'll get up in the air. Okay. I have no idea where we are, so just get away from an island. I don't really like this whole island business. Because, yeah, ocean? Not so much. What the? Okay. An island that's... There we go. Some real land. Huh. Ow. Remember, I can glide. I keep forgetting that. Huh. Nope. Alright. It's probably one on the other end. Not too fussed about finding it. Let's see, if I don't write it down, then all I know is I went east. And give me a chance to fly back out of here. Okay, so I can find back-ish to my base. Don't know what that is. I bet you it might not even be there anymore. Alright, so we won't spend forever flying. I have a suspicion I'm going to splat on something. Let's just take one more look. Zoom out a bit more. That's as far as I can get. Wrong one. That's because I'm using the other map. Okay. I don't normally have two... Actually, that's not true. I do normally have two map mods. We've discussed before why I carry them both. It's that one can zoom out much further and also will show me different stuff in the nether than the other one will. Okay, we've gone east. Let's circle around southwise, make a big spin around the base, and then we'll move on to something else. That's not east. Like, almost straight west. Where am I going here? East, then south. There we go. Southwest. Yes. You glide until you just can't, right? Whoop. Losing altitude. There we go. It's kind of funny, because it's awkward to, oh, she's gonna stall. Okay, anyways. Oh, that's where that is. Okay. I have no idea where I am now, but that's alright. That's where that is, meaning that was the witch farm. So, yeah. It's a really new experience for me to be able to fly and see stuff on the server. Being really frank, I've never actually flown, as I said before. You wouldn't think it, but this is a really new experience for me. I'm rather gobsmacked at the moment. Not broken, although that would be frightening to have both at the same time. Okay, I keep forgetting Murphy's Law. Aha, never mind. I was going to say I should turn on my waypoint of where home is, but I think we found enough of it. Okay, so, I get lazy? Yeah, why not? Okay, so... yep. Don't want to be here. Hello. There we go. I got takeoffs. So let's say, okay, I've got, we'll assume that for beginner, I've got Java flying figured out. So it really is an awful lot more simple than my nerves were making me think. So, cool, that is that. I can probably take my semi-quote-unquote lucky feather out of my hands and get on to part 2. So part 2 of today's plan, I was going to take you through a little bit more of that carpet stuff, although those freaks will be over there, but that's fine. And in the meantime, I need to see, do I have... I'm not looking for XP here, I'm just trying to see, do I have any emeralds I've stored up? Oh, I don't even know who those came from. Okay, so I need to get rid of these. And the plan here is I've got all these farmers. And I've figured out that they're all unlocked to the point where, as you can see, they sell suspicious stew. However, part 2 of the plan is do the carpet thing, which isn't super exciting. Add a bit of a conversion to compost for the overflow for the melon farm. Come on, really? There we go. But the reason the suspicious stew matters is I'm going to trade some melons to the suspicious stew seller farmers, buy some of their suspicious stew, and consume it. So every time I'm hungry, then I need to consume it. Consume stew. So yeah, that's part of the plan of today. So a little bit of puttering around the place. First things first, we need to get rid of the chicken and get rid of the carrots. Lazy Butt is going to actually keep this. I'm going to put Duration 1 rockets back in my hand because it'll be between here and the armor, or here and the carpets if need be. Bucket challenge. And why do I have sand? I don't remember picking up sand, but okay. Sure, I picked up sand. Let's put that away. I think we're good. All right. Scrolling here going, what do I need? What do I need? Self-sufficient. Sort of. Not quite, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Not quite. All right. So, Fantastic Sherlock Fox does the cooking in our house. Basically, the reason behind that is just that he uses a bit of a sanity break from work sometimes, so it sort of helps him delineate his day between work and not work. Okay, now, I said melons, right? No. Melons and pumpkins? Yes, that's what it was. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh. Yeah, he does like to cook, whereas I don't necessarily enjoy the cooking part of it just because I'm not that good at it. And I'm not saying he's, 5-star hotel chef, but he's actually far better at it than I am. Yeah, why not? Far, far better at it than I am. Which means that he does it because he likes it, more or less, and I do it when I have to because it needs being done. So it's the difference between cooking and making food. You can't burn cold food, but that doesn't mean I only do cold dishes. I actually do warm dishes too. It's just, that's the way it goes. That doesn't make any sense, but yeah, there you go. People have seen, yeah, because Fantastic Sherlock Fox has posted in Dadcraft's Discord what it is, some of the things that we get to eat. And wow, I am super duper spoiled when it comes to that, like totally spoiled. So I love it when Fantastic Sherlock Fox cooks. I just think he's so much better at it. One thing. Can I access this one today? Yes. So you can see I have lots of overload, like everything's full. And so it means that there's tons of space. When I say overload, so the top row and bottom row, let's just out. Actually, for how far this goes. Is it here? No. There? No. Okay, so I actually haven't loaded that up very much. Top row? Yeah, there. We got out 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would have been 3 more double chests worth of pumpkins. You can see I've got a lot. These don't autofill. These are all manual filled. So I just, yeah, too much. That's after like me letting a ton of it despawn. So I figure what's easier to do is just store it as bone meal because I'm not going to need that much for stuff and other stuffs. Okay, What have you... Will you take these? Yes. That's fine. More experience points for me to lose when I crash. Oh well. We'll take these. Miss the other ones. Okay, that's enough to get me started. Let's just take these real quick. And these. Hello. We're not going to spend all day trading because that's about as exciting to me as it is to watch paint dry or plaster Paris cure, like you name it. Wow, it's hot in here. Not temperature. Okay, so I'm in a basement room in my house. I don't have a standing fan in here because normally it's cold. So I'm at about 28 Celsius, 27, 28 Celsius. For those of you that want to know, maybe someone will put into chat, convert 28 space F, exclamation convert space 28 space F. And that should actually, or not F, C? I think you'll find out one of the two. And it will convert it to Fahrenheit for you. I never remember to look it up before I make a comment like that. Yay! I like Fantastic Sherlock Fox's Greek salad dressing, but he and I have a difference of opinion when it comes to whether or not garlic is edible. No, that's not it. More like size and quantity. I'm not a garlic texture person. So even minced is a... There we go. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, okay, you just need a space in there, I think, is what was missing. So, we're just trying to get rid of this load, and then we're out. But yeah, it's hot down here. And so, I finished my coffee before stream, so therefore... oops, I can spell. Hydrate 0.5 water. There we go. That was before stream started, so we can actually count things up. Yeah, so I just have to keep remembering to drink because it's hot out down here. We have a 3-day weekend up here, but we also have heat warnings. So I'm just waiting, or not waiting, half expecting to hear on the news in the next few days, you know, however many people died of heat stroke, or the news people complaining that we've had an uptick in people ending up in the hospital from dehydration and so on and so forth. Having been dehydrated, not hospital level, but enough that I got myself quite unsettled, and electrolytes suck when they have no taste to them, or when they have no added flavor, because then they actually just repeat. Did I miss everybody? Okay, good. Oh, almost. So yeah, it's not a pleasant situation. Hello again, Benson. Welcome back. Yeah, so it's about 82 in here, which is a little warm for me. As I've said in DC's Discord a few times, when we all talk about the heat and how warm it is, while it may be bait, it's one of those things that it's all relative to the people who are feeling it. Okay, let's temporarily convert these. Let's do it that way, and then 1, 2, 3, 7. This way. There we go. All right, let's start down at the far end and grab some food for us to work with. This is not a stew. There's a stew person. So there's guy number 1. Now, how many guys do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You will be... That'll work, actually. So I'll just put them all in this row when we need to eat. Pull something out of that row and see what needs to be consumed. I have more emeralds than I thought I did. Well, whatever. All right. So that's our first one. And I'm going to need some signs, because once I figure out what that is, Then we can put signs up to see, or to mark. Yes, let's go with spruce, I think, because I've got birch saved for something else. Yeah, don't have any more oak signs. Let's just go with one. Cool or hot? Yeah, my parents, when I was growing up, used to put the house, in the summer it was at 68, in the winter they put it at 66 Fahrenheit, which I'm not a person who eats or who needs to freeze like that. I don't understand those that do. I really don't. Okay. In and out, and in and out, and in and out. So there's the birch signs. That, and there's the spare paper. I'll get that put away later. What are these? Ones? Okay. Aha! And she dig it. Yes, she can, and I don't need that stupid feather. Whee! Besides, you land on carpet. I will admit that's kind of cheaty. Yeah, the convert command's pretty cool. It does distances as well. I can't remember what the other one was that it does. All right. I was here for a reason. Now I can't remember what I came for. Oh, yes, signs. Signs. Sign, everywhere sign. Bouncy, bouncy. It's this motion that's going to make me sick, more likely than flying today. Okay, where do we leave off? 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go like this. 85. My markers, that just helps me know where I'm at for rows and things, so we can do it. And then at some point we'll take a look up and then attempt to nosedive down, I guess. How's the art going? Well, give me a second to get down.
Hello there.
One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I gotta go here. There we go. That was 90. So the art has had some hiccups. Let's see. Good. Nope. There we go. All right. The art has had some hiccups. I'll show it in a static format. I'm too enthralled with this whole flying biz. Oh, way up high? Yippee. Okay, so you can see that we're getting partway through the second panel. And let's go back this way. So quick reference, there's where we are. There is 5. References, there we go. On the right-hand side, you'll see that's what I'm trying to put together, is a version of that book art. I'm not super keen on the colors I came up with because it's kind of blue-green, sort of tricked themselves into being the wrong colors. So I've redone the left-hand side in the pixel art I'm using as a reference for this. But that means that I'd have to redo all that section to get it to work out right. So there's a split line where the shulker boxes are. That's the line. It's not centered in the whole picture, but that's the line where I need to go from there towards the left in redoing it all in order to use the new art. Because this one, in the old art, the leaves you see down at the bottom of the picture, those would actually come out being an awful weird shade of, it wasn't even green, it was like orange and pink or something. I'll have to take a look actually and see what it was. Anyways, but they were definitely nowhere near teal or green or whatever for herbs, so that just didn't work for me. And the sky being pink kind of bugs me. That's going to stay pink though, because you can see on the book cover it is. You can see it from Mars. Well, I'm afraid that you can't see it from Mars because your render distance isn't that high. They'd kick you off the server if you did that. But yes. Does water break carpets? Very good question. I don't know. Not sure what use you'd use that for. Probably. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Ooh. Oh. Well, that would explain a lot. Jumpy jump. Boing, boing. All right, so you can see from the reference art, I've got a ways to go, right? We've got a good bit left to work on. We'll do a teeny bit around here for a little bit, and then not really sure what off the top of my bean. going to do. Peasants of the Kingdom, removing your homes to make room for carpet art. Well, considering the number of people that it took to actually pull this down, I'd say 3 or 4, and a lot of patience, then I think it was probably worth it. Next, actually, I guess I'll make that announcement now because I haven't shifted ideas. I'm very, very good at being indecisive on what I want to do within a stream or within a short series of streams. This season, I was trying to have a base of sorts that had a semi-coherent theme, even though it's still a bit of a schmoz in terms of layout, with a mystery book themed base. And it's not going as well as I'd hoped. So next season is actually going to be based off of this guy. So a probably different piece of carpet art somewhere, but more importantly, that's going to be the finishing piece. Earlier on, I've actually got a map layout of his town. This is Brother Cadfael from the Ellis Peters novels. You can see there. And so I've got a map of Shrewsbury, England, and a sketch of what it might look like and so forth. Why am I don't know. Yeah, so I'm getting distracted. Squirrel. But next season, my plan will be to. Hello there, Firepower. Welcome on in. Welcome. Okay, good. Sorry, my brain's just like, did I go over time? No. So suffice to say that next season, my base theme is all going to be around that character. I'm going to be doing his sort of main town of Shrewsbury, England, and maybe a version of the Abbey, but at least it's more coherent. I've never actually built a full medieval theme before. It won't necessarily be historically accurate, but we'll see how much research I get done, because there are a few people around the web. Just one example being Drama Smith and her hardcore castle series. So she's done a lot of homework to try and see what sorts of accuracy she can put into stuff like that. And I'm going to probably take inspiration from some of that to actually try and make a bit of Shrewsbury, England with Cadfael type of theme to it. And I'm not really good at interior decoration, so we'll start with the shells next season and see how it goes. But yeah, that's the announcement now, because I'm kind of getting disenchanted with this layout. So we might do a practice run by doing a small church or something off on the side fairly soon. But yeah. So Firepower, you coming in on Flight Day, as I'm calling it. I just came up with that, so yeah, I can do that. And today I am flying for the very first time in my Minecraft ever life, not just this world. I have flown in actual creative flight, not with Elytra. I've flown with gliders in modded, but I've never actually flown with Elytra or rockets before. So today's a new thing. You wouldn't know it from the way I've apparently been able to fly, but then again, take that with a serious grain of salt, because as you can see, there's only one other person on the server right now. B, we don't have anything majorly going on that's lagging things out. And C, Bedrock is worse from what I hear. I'll have to try it out. I've got Bedrock account, so I should just try that out at some point. How am I liking it? It's somewhat addictive, and you wouldn't necessarily think that I hadn't flown before, because thus far, barring I think one thump, I haven't actually splatted yet. Ooh, but there is room to eat. So the other part of the plan for the day is, when there's room to eat, I'm going to figure out what I need. I've bought this suspicious stew from one of my villagers that's penned up. Let's go see where he's penned up. Sure. Come on. There we go. So they're penned up in this giant book. It was originally going to be just librarians, but I realized I didn't need that many. You can see why people wouldn't necessarily believe I've never flown, but gliders do help learning that part. So I've got all these guys penned up, and I've got some signs I'm going to use for these guys. And this is the dude I bought stew from. So I figured once I try it out, then I'm going to put a sign up to say what kind of stew he got. Oh, fantastic Sherlock Fox. You and your joke puns. Man, man, man. Okay, so, here we go. What? Oops. The what stew did you sell me? Let's find out. Well, I didn't die. What did I get? Jump boost. Ah. Okay. Interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess, sir, you are my jump booster. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, actually, that should work. Jump boost. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, so next up, then we have emeralds. Let's figure out what this guy's got. Oh, you've got 2. Okay, so we got to do it twice with you. There's 1. And I'm going to grab the second one now. But I'm going to try and put them in the right, like in the correct spots. So the top one here is the one that was bought there. Bottom one here is the one that was bought there. Now I could actually have just bought one, but I figured I'd get each guy done at the same time, even though I can't eat the 2 stews back to back at the moment. Poor villagers, yeah. I have a few. Like, if villager trading halls lag somebody out when they're trying to fly, then I would be crashing into stuff. But this isn't the biggest I've seen. I mean, I'm sure that there's people on the server who've built bigger ones. I just have more librarians than I can shake a stick at, which is probably why I'm the one who's got a bookshop at spawn, or one of possibly more than one. Like, one of a few. Okay, well. Yeah, so you've seen those 2. Where am I going here? What time is it? 20 after the hour. Okay, so... Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So yeah, I'm liking flying, but at the moment I can't usually talk too much until I take off the ground. Okay, do I have room for these extra pieces? No. Okay, well that's why I'm carrying them. Okay. Purple? I know I'm not using purple, but there's wrong stuff in there. Okay, let's just do a little bit of consolidation so I can leave the purple box behind. And then we'll go see... I'll show you guys the bookshop. I talk about it, but I haven't actually shown it on stream in a while. So, oops. If I can think straight. 1, 2... I can always come down and put more signs. That's another option. 3, 4. So I was in the nether trying to grab more bits and pieces as padding. That's why we've got some random junk kicking around in one of these boxes. These are the bits that I just haven't got put away properly. Oops, no, not there. Over here, please. There we go. I know for sure that the proper part of the art, so from this line headed that way, there's no purple. I think it's no purple? Yeah, and possibly no green. Yes. So I know that that purple shulker box doesn't belong here, which means that I can put this junk in it and probably those signs, so I can come back to that. Oops, and I got that one in the wrong place. 1, 2. Leave this one here. This one back in here. Another rack, yes. Alright. You can't fly and talk either. There's 2 of us. Oh, wow. Well, I'll come to Joe's defense in that while it was Joe who did successfully stick Mr. Emperor Owl in a closet, I will cop to the fact that I kind of suggested it. So, ooh, that's gonna make me sick. Ow! Don't go through the world. Am I gonna regret not having my hat on? Well, we'll find out. least you found. Well, yeah. See, that's the perk with netherite, right? Is that you can actually... What am I doing? Could have flown this. Bye. Ow. Nope. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Oh, I forgot there's 3D things in here I can crash into. Whoops. Eh. Ow. Okay. Am I? Sure. Hopping around, she's got no idea. Okay. Where's she going? There we are. Now I can get in here. Mid-sentence. I don't know what I was up to. Awesome. Wow. That's cool. That's cool that you got your stuff back, Stormy. I'm very, very glad to hear that. Okay, where are we here? Now that I'm expecting it, because it seems to be the thing to do, now it seems to be the thing to do. Ow! Got a problem? Ew! That's why. Okay. Come on, can I sleep? Yes. Thank you. I actually like that slightly extending over. It looks good. Okay, I'm putting rockets in my hand because this is my problem. Nope. Okay, that's not good. Now I know where I'm at. Through the... No. Okay. Glenn's in trouble. Probably the last time I dug out. Where am I? Uh-oh. Hey, you. Up. There we go. Okay. Freezing to death I don't think would count. Ow! Well, I can guarantee we can eat stew now, I suppose. Okay, so... It's raining. It's raining. Stop in here. So I still need to put heads on this stuff, but at least I know where I'm at. Okay. So, stew time. Let's start with the top one. Oh! That's not gonna help. I have to get out of the range of all that stuff. Oh. Okay, it's gonna probably be... Forgot, there's beacons all over this place. I don't have any clue what that is. There we go, okay. Well, that stinks, because I have to redo that. The leader. Welcome aboard! Thank you very, very much for the follow, Minx Nevada. Okay, trying to go without one of my other cheaty little helper programs during a stream, which usually shows chat, because it was giving me all kinds of crazy noises. But now I'm missing far too much. It's driving me crazy. So I'm just going to turn off the sounds part. That sound. None. Save. Okay. Now I have my little cheaty screen so I can see what you guys are talking about. There we go. Take care. Yeah, sorry, Peregrine. Thank you very, very much for stopping by. And have a good one. Okay, so we didn't find out what that one was because I screwed up and was near the things. Okay, let's see what's this. This is the second one. I have some sort of problem. Jump boost again. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that. So I'm just going to write that one down. 2-2, which is the lower, is jump boost. I knew that was incredibly fake because unfortunately that one does not give me a hiss before it that lasts very long. Alright. Enderman Scream. Aha, that one's coming. Whoa. Ow. In all fairness to you guys, I should probably turn off the ability to actually see redeems and whatnot in that spot. But I did not. Good, the armor still looks good. Beyond the shells, blah, blah, blah. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, yes. That'd be... Yeah, whatever. I can check that later. Wasn't meant to... Sorry. A bit of autopilot on that one is to go down inside. I don't really need to. Done. I do not know what's going on here. Switch activity feed. Why am I not? Huh. Figure that one out later. Okay, back to game. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with the sounds today. Or what's going on with much of anything in that bot today. I think it's the cursed bot. Because things that are all on the same set of instructions claim they're doing things. Oh my god. Ending action. Okay. Three. No. See, the creeper one came through, but I didn't see the Enderman Scream come through, which is weird. It's cues. Stuck. Timers. Okay. Clear that queue. History. Monkey. We'll figure that one out a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. Things work less on streamer weekend than they do under normal circumstances. I don't even think it was intended as a prank, but the only prank I've really had on this particular building when I was building it was someone had come through and decided, oh, Cauldron, we're just going to grab one bottle of water. And that's it. They took off. And the funny part about that was that's just enough to make that door not function to open. If I was a real jerk, I wanted to, like, lock it. I could actually do something like that, not tell anybody about it, and just walk away. But there's no point in locking it. So, yeah. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. So, yes. Okay. Because I can, maybe. And I... No, I should glide. Ow! Nope. In the snow? Okay, here we go. Can I land in the theater? See. Let's see. Okay, if I spin, I can. I don't think I could do a straight landing in the theater. But that would be a little bit... air conditioning? Yeah, just a bit of air conditioning. It's kind of weird, though, how when you look straight up, it's not actually snowing on you. I don't know. That's not right. That's definitely not right. What the heck? Sorry. You pull an Enderman Scream, it should not be... Oh, that's odd. It played the creeper sound. Definitely not what I alerted for. Okay, well, forget it. Okay, so back out of here. Oh, she can't fly now. Fantastic. There we go. Let's try in the clouds. Okay, so here's a bit of a challenge. I don't think I brought enough rockets. Fairly certain I did not. But if I home on close. Well, looks like it, Arch. We've got CJ and JBT. Okay, so which direction? That way. Oh, flight duration 1 rocket's not going to help. That's not going to help anybody. And I think I'm also standing on bad snow. Lovely. Let's get off said bad snow. Oh. Yeah, you would not think that I'd have not flown before. Double negative?
Oh,
Yeah.
hello there.
Why not? Okay. Yes, you are. Yes. He's been listening and lurking for quite a while. Which I appreciate. The rocket box. Okay. Sorry, that totally reminded me of Rocket Man, but I'm not smart enough to remember to put that one in my sound stream. Besides, at the moment, you couldn't trust it anyways. Is it free, I think. Home. Home. Okay. Can I fly home? It'll be a while. I know I can glide. Want to make sure I'm through the mountains first. Oh, well that's beautiful. Let's fly to somewhere that I can actually see something. And I... Okay, seriously. How on earth am I supposed to figure out where things are if I land on or in things that I can't see? Like, really? I'm probably going to hit a mountain somewhere along the way. Or more snow. Or some rain. You know, you guys are predicting I might die? There might be something to that. Right. Let's see. Options, video settings. Render distance 10, sim distance 10. Oh. Nope. Nope. Not gonna do it because I didn't bring any more stew with me.
And now for something completely different.
Lego build. Yes. Okay, just get myself off this hill.
I'm flying.
Oh. Let's not, like, end up in said lava. Okay. Yeah, that would have been bad news bears. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. $13 ought to do it. I'm going to have Delen's not very patented plan for ensuring that she's not dead when she gets out of here. 1, 2. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's okay. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to say... Oh, I haven't done... Okay, so Lego build, we are headed to that, and then I will start the timer as soon as we get over there. Here we go. Diddle doo 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 doo. That's all I want to see. Excellent. Okay. So, Lego it is. Good, it's the right screen. We're not dead. All right, 5 minutes. So on that screen, we have, start with this little piece, which is kind of showing its stickers right side up now. I did go and use an X-Acto knife and peel it off so that it was going the right direction. Let's turn the page. You can see Lego, yay! And it moves. The number of times I've fought that one is crazy, but of course you fix one thing and you destroy something else. Okay, so we're building a new piece. Need where? That's it. That's a step. Lame. We need to put 4 bases. They're like flat pieces with little studs on the bottom of them. Or I guess it's maybe studs with the flat on the other side. I don't know that. But yeah, so we can see Lego. I'm just putting this down actually because it's a Lego build, but the other side of this. I will actually show briefly the thing that, or the book that I finished off, so that Kreef can see it. So I'm gonna put that down for a second. Okay. So this is the book that we finished that Kreef was interested in. It was the Defense Against the Dark Arts moment. And here are some of the pieces rattling around inside. Need to put it on the shelf where it belongs. But yeah, that's Defense Against the Dark Arts. And Kreef was quite... Sorry, far away? I can't hear me. Okay. Kreef was quite interested in the character that had come with that one, and it's... How well can we see that? Yeah, that's Alistair Moody. It doesn't focus very well, apparently. My focus range is a little shot. That's the one that we finished up, and then so now I'm starting... you can see the extra cover over this way. That I'm starting the divination room with Professor Sybil Trelawney. And she's got a cool little bandana and stuff. So, yeah. See the minifig can get it. There we go, close enough. Alright, so that's where we're at with that one. The penny. I don't know. Fantastic Shot Fox, you probably don't need to restock for quite a while, because even though there's 4 on my wish list, they're not critical in any way, shape, or form. I was asked yesterday if I want every Harry Potter Lego set, and the answer is actually no. I just like having sort of one per story section or theme element that are somewhat unique. So, for example, there is a massive Hogwarts that I don't have, and I have no interest in it whatsoever because I have almost all the sets of the somewhat modular-ish. I can't think what I'm calling it. The somewhat modular-ish part of the story, I guess. Mid-sized sets. So, I've got a ways to go. And we'll see how the community points thing goes. If people want me to actually build one of my 2 waiting sets on stream or not. I'm just going to turn this page. But if the community thing goes ahead, then we will be building either the Hogwarts Hospital Wing, which I know Marble Jade has been building on her stream. That one, or else we will be building the Magical Hogwarts Trunk. So we have on that one, we've just got like one where you can pick several different layouts and different house rooms and so on and so forth. It's one of those ones where that one is a repeatable purchase set in terms of having enough options for what you would put inside the trunk that you could actually do a diorama set for each theme if you really wanted to. Yeah, the book Lego sets are pretty awesome. This is the last of 6 that have been released as far as I'm aware. I don't know if they have plans for any more. I'm actually not great at sticking to Lego conferences and stuff. I just like the stuff. That sounds cheesy, but it's the case. So yeah, currently we're making some kind of armchair with this piece here. And mid-thought, it just went south. Oh well. So yeah, the books are really kind of interesting and unique, I think, because they sort of give you a scene in a fairly compact kind of way, but you've got a really easily discernible
And now for something completely different.
set of choices. Okay. Sure. So when this particular one runs out, we will restart the timer and go for another 5. That was the ding for the first round. And we'll just go for 5 more. Because that is, well, completely different from my Lego normal. So anyways, so the community challenge part that's sitting there is that the community gets to vote on whether or not I do an end-to-end mini marathon stream of either of those 2 sets to start with, and just sit one day and possibly Friday and just build till that set's done. So, if it goes ahead, then I will put up a poll so that people can have their vote on which one they would like to see me tackle. And that, oop, and my chat screen on my phone went to sleep. Come on, there we go. That's why you did that? Aw. I thank you very much. That one came through in a decent period of time as well. Kind of funny how today my bot is really hit or miss. But some people say more complex bots can be like that. They can be finicky. So we have an armchair, which I guess for now, I will stick Sybil Trelawney sitting in her armchair. Sure. And try not to fire her hair down the back of the desk again. So that we can see her a little better, I'll just stick it on its back. I don't know why we have this piece hanging out at the back here. That hopefully that will become apparent. It's probably a grab handle for the piece of furniture. There we go. Let's leave her like that. All right. And then the next page, we are working on starting the outside shell of the book. So on the outside shell, oops, not the one. Starts with the spine. Can't talk to it. I think it's partly the weather. I know I mince words or mix up words usually, but today my mouth is just sticky and dry, which makes it more likely to say some words than other ones in terms of pronunciation. Okay. 2. But this part is going to be the spine of the book. They start to get you to put the colors all down the spine. And yeah. But yeah, so next season will be, as far as I know, there is not sort of like a medieval castle type build that would fit the Cadfael theme in Lego. Therefore, I don't mind doing that at the same time as some of the odd Harry Potter Lego sets or some other Lego sets. Just because for one thing, but there isn't going to be a conflict of theme there. And it's kind of nice within a stream to get a little bit of a breather. So we will have a little bit more time to do a bit of fun stuff before not fun, but I will try and get closer to home on my way back, because the next person up, who for the moment, just give me a second, cannot. Stream weekend. There we go. So next person up is Stormy. Hee, lucky you. So I may not be home before she gets started with her stream. But I don't think it's a big crime because we're not on the same server. So yeah. So we could be, but I don't think we are. It's one of those things that when we set up our scheduling, I keep forgetting to ask for a third column. It simply says, where do you plan to stream from? Because that would be sensible. But, organization planning and all that jazz doesn't always happen. No, not today. Yeah. Oh, see, that's the other thing. I've talked about wanting to do some evening streams so that I'm a little more available to people, like as in the time slot that works better for some of the people I talk to in, say, Dadcraft's Discord and stuff, because I know Joe's sleeping and the majority of North Americans are at work, and it's family time evening for some of the people on the other side of the planet, across the pond in the Atlantic direction. So in that case, well, let's get back to my timer. So in that case, it's a little bit difficult for anybody to catch any of my streams. except on these stream weekends. And I tend to stream tired, so like just in the mornings, I've got my sleep schedule all shifted, which means that I sort of stream in that just woke up state. Not the world's smartest thing to do. 210. We didn't quite finish the book spine, but that's okay. And I got that part to work. 1 down, 35 to go. Okay, so let's take the Stream Weekend poster off. And I will just give you a really quick show on camera. Switch direct to Lego for just a brief second. Because I didn't realize I still had the Stream Weekend schedule up. So we've got the spine, where I've put on most of the little pieces. Basically, we just did the stripes, 1 sticker in a square, so if I got it upside down, it's not a big deal. I can just spin it. And then the rest of it is curved half pieces. You didn't miss much. Trust me, the spine's not that exciting. So, yeah, that's where we left off. Alright, so I will probably not make it home in the next couple of minutes here. And I have a feeling that somebody very, very kind on the server was the one who slept for me, because I didn't hear any zombies trying to kick my backside while we were doing this. Let's see, which rockets do I have? Duration 3. Okay. Where it is... Alright. Well... Oh, come on. This way. That's the one. So, the plan, as I try to head home, tomorrow will be more Suspicious Stew work, but the project itself will be, rather than simply flying around, I will be attempting to put together a very basic, relatively standard storage sorting system underneath the mob farm, now that I finally got that tweaked the way I like it and have given some test runs. Just because as things progressed, I don't actually have use for basically anything in there, with the exception now of the gunpowder and just like tradable stuff. And then I will actually also be doing that extension to the melon farm that I had talked about. It's funny how the world seems an awful lot smaller when you have the ability to fly. Yeah. Crap. Yeah, that's... Oh, are you serious? Oh, man. Guess where we respond? Yeah. Oh, man. Wow. I think that's even better than the derp when I fell off the first farm. Okay. Oops, I don't want to be up there. I want to be back up this way. That's hilariously bad. Wow. We'll find out very shortly what it is that I lost. Yeah, and if PP-Zerk's in the chat, guess what? We'll be seeing Poirot's Pickaxe version 3. Oh, lovely. That's actually quite funny. Annoying nonetheless, but quite funny, because the only place at my base that I could have had lava was either those cauldrons or the farm immediately above it. And of course, as I never planned to fly, I never thought that would be a problem. Wow. Okay, well, and the Zerks, I did have my, what do you call it? My, oh. Yeah. Wow. Just wow. Well, you know, oh, that's just, yeah, that's just funny. Okay. In any case, I'll have to figure out what I actually have for Did You Die stuff. Start with that. That'll do. That'll let me pick up the boxes, and I will be making a stop before I head out. But this would be an interesting place to leave it on, and I'll re-gear up between now and tomorrow. But I have a couple of diamond blocks, I think, and then possibly more, but we'll get there, to restock and replenish, and yeah. Yeah, this is going to be for more elytra, though. Oh, wow. That just generically, wow. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure that's happened before. I actually honestly thought I would crash and burn in like a lava pit or something. Like I really thought that it was going to be something really stupid in terms of like, oh, I crashed, but I could have done it differently. And yeah, I didn't. There we go. Just because I'll be running around the shopping district. Do that one. Wow. Okay, so instead of the feather, put one of those out there. Wow. Okay. Anyway, okay. So just gonna take a quick pop in here and see who is where. Do. Okay, we're all good. Pain in the neck. Where did I? It's funny, I keep going, where did I put the... Well, I didn't put it anywhere. Yeah. Okay. Let's go deal with some of this right now. Right here and right now. We got time. Yeah, we do. So, given the oopsies... the fact that I don't really want to, yeah, compete for last place. You're on. Where am I here? Okay. I'm trying not to fall in that same hole I fall in every ruddy time. Well, if I'm going to fall in a hole, that's probably the worst one to fall in. Now that I've said that, I went the wrong way. Went the wrong way. Because I'm going to get new wings. Think. Figure out where I'm at. I'm losing direction all over the place today. Too far up? Yes, I'm too far up. Over here. Alright, so wings time. Now, let's see, can Glenn be defeated by the door? No, that's good. Okay. Elytra. Oh, well, we have to balance that out, don't we? That's no good. Let's see, the one on the right, one on the left, check the one on the right. There we go. I know I can't wear this and the other thing at the same time. Two free stacks with purchase. Excellent. Okay, so there you go. Actually, on the other side. Do. Fun. Okay, so if anybody has an idea what the elytra should be named, yeah. Now, I was going to put the feather in the stream box as a please fly type thing. But if someone has a more appropriate suggestion, please do let me know. I'm very open-minded to alternatives. Also looking for a new name for the new elytra. The backup plan is to name said new elytra Petrie. I flied? No, you falled. You like the feather? Okay. I got another one. Maybe I'll cross the two ideas, because I've got a thought on that, actually. But in this case, I think I'm going to take the train home. And here, timing wise, okay, we got a bit of time, not much. Nope. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. Oh, you mean the Wingardium? Yeah. Okay, I think I like that one. I get it. New Elytra, Wingardium Leviosa. But I think I'll put in the hyphenation. So that we get it. Leviosa, not Leviosa. So yes, my wings will have that new name. I think I'll probably put a bunch more of the totems in my hand for flying, just because. Oh, lovely. There's the one from earlier. Sure. Alrighty. What time is it? 6:04 a.m. Okay, good. Thank you very much for sleeping for me. I'm sure at some point, Tiz, there will either be a clip made by someone else, or it'll be a clip from me, but I laughed. Latest death. Okay, so latest death is embarrassingly... Ooh. I got lucky! Yay! Latest... Yeah. Okay. So embarrassingly, latest death is actually... I better grab the stuff before I let it despawn. Is up literally right in the end of that farm. Oh. Oh. Well, she could have done worse, I suppose. So yeah, now it's a matter of picking things up, which is, I can handle that, I think. Start over here. So most of my stuff went kersplat out of the farm, which is actually very, very lucky. So yeah. Not gonna look that gift horse in the mouth for sure. But I will get myself a new feather nonetheless. This is not a good one. Now, where was it? On the lava. What do you think we should... Oh, yes, I know. Yes. Okay, I'm going to need another feather. And I just have to grab the other stuff, because if I take too long in this wandering around biz and get too squirrely, I'm not going to get all the stuff picked up, and it will despawn like a stupid fool. Doo-doo. Okay. I think that was everything. Let's see. That everything. I could theoretically fly up and have a look, but that would be, you know, bad news. Except that I'm going to... Free. Okay, Red Bull. You're going back over there. Got my pants. Got my boots. Netherite for the win. Okay. I can land on the roof. Oh. Aye! I don't want to die twice, though. That'd be kind of dumb. Please, sir, can I have all the silly stuff? Okay. I think that's really it. Alright. Now that I'm on the roof, go back over here. Ah, you got that. I didn't just kersplat in the lava. I kersplatted in, of all the blocks in this whole stupid stinking thing. It doesn't show anymore. It had to be that one, right on the end. It wasn't like the middle or something, you know, where you'd think you'd fall in. No, it's the one on the end, because I never thought I'd fly into it. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going over here for the anvil. And I'm going to say not Lava roof. What do you think? Not lava-proof flyer? Yeah, I can probably do glass, or because of the profile, I might actually just go with some trapdoors, like because I've got the stuff held up by trapdoors in the first place, so I might just finish it off with more trapdoors. Or dirt. Yeah. I mean, it's tempting to put glass on there just because that I can see it and always remember how silly I was. There we go, yes. So I'm a not lava-proof flyer. That'll be for the stream box. There we go. Oh, come on, you. Diamond cost 1. I'm seeing the red, so that's what's going to be. What do we have here? Okay, fine. I have to redo this guy's top one anyway. Vicious stew. Give me, please. 1. And somebody else, Zerk had done an eat. I need to eat the suspicious stew. And I think the bottom, that was the top one. Let's just eat that, get it out of the way. It's not going to get me 1 level. Anyways, that's what my feather's going to be called. It's going to be called, that's not good. It's not going to be called that. Night vision. Huh, nice. Okay, so the stew is going to be, my plan, where am I here? Vision, and we had jump, boost? There we go. Okay, sorry for the squirrel. But it's going to be called not lava-proof flyer instead of the please fly. That'll be the feather that stays with me. But yeah, that's not lava-proof flyer, and I'm just going to get myself a level of experience. But it looks like Stormy's around, and I have gone well over time and stole her time, so let's get live. Where are we here? Find my stream. There we go, stream weekend. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I was watching you. I had your
flat?
stream. I was just watching you.
So can I find you now?
What?
Why did you do that? Like,
I find. Oh yeah.
Can I?
So yeah, suffice to say, I feel very vindicated for the ridiculous need for netherite, just because I got lucky that some of my tools survived. Ooh,
Yeah.
yay! And
Yeah,
so I'm
netherite
happy
is
about that.
important. Netherite is important, especially when you're flying around lava.
Yeah, I noticed the bow went missing, but I've got a spare, so that's not a big deal. It's just, yeah, that was funny. I mean, hey, it was stream weekend when I fell off the mob farm, and it's stream weekend when I burnt myself up in lava for the very first time from flying. So it's all good. That's what stream weekends are for, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
I gather you have big plans, so as soon as you are ready, I can send the crew over your direction.
I'm good whenever you're ready.
Excellent. So, long story short, everybody, thank you very much for watching me derp my way through learning to fly and flying into things. And yeah, I'm going to continue derping and flying and getting everything back in order. So, in the meantime, have yourselves a great time and head on over to Stormy's stream with the raid. I will be seeing you there very, very shortly. Thank you always. And I'm just going to switch the end screen before I hit the raid button, and then we're good. Doo-doo-doo. All right. And we are... Oh, my raid thing just crashed. Fantastic.
Uh-oh. Gonna have to type it in.
Yep.
Old school.
WebSockets for the lose.
Backslash or backslash?
Yeah, backslash, raid.
Mischief managed.
Okay, so that's really weird. I don't know what triggered it because it should only do that mischief managed sound when the button actually works.
Weird.
Go figure. Yeah.
You're gonna have to like check out your bot and see what's going on.
I think the whole computer's going to get a reboot and probably a good smack upside the case.
Yeah,
All right.
probably won't hurt. All right, Del. Well, I enjoyed watching your stream. It was fun.
I enjoyed watching
Thanks
somebody else
again.
die because me.
You get to put it on tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Alrighty. It's coming.
All right. Have a good night, Del.
You too. Thanks, Stormy.
Bye.
Transfer complete.